One, two, three, checking. I think I'm online. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. Hello friends and welcome back to Science City series. I hope your weekend is going well. This is the 22nd episode, which as you can tell will be in form of stream. Thank you for joining me today and thank you those who are watching the recording. Today's plan is to finish the industrial zone and part of the residential area. If time allows, we will populate the new city as well. If you have not seen the previous stream, you might be confused by not seeing the usual episodes on the channel. It is an experiment, which I wanted to try. The idea is to give the viewers the insights of what's happening behind the scenes and between episodes. Also, my opinion is that the stream is one of those types of content where community can engage with the creator and see the raw gameplay where the Republic becomes live in full detail. Plus, I just enjoy streaming. So the streams will appear on the channel from time to time, whereas the main type of content will remain as edited episode. If you like what you see or want to share your feedback, please drop me a comment. Being a small channel, I can shift directions on the go, which is a big advantage. Alright, without further ado, let's get to the game. So there is an update I would like to share with you, basically what happened in between last episode and this one. And first off, the construction of production buildings is almost completed. Let me take a look, let me show you here. As you can tell, we've built quite a lot already. There are several buildings left to be built in an industrial zone, which is the heating plant, power plant and concrete, plus our productions, which will start producing explosive, hopefully very soon. So we will buy trains, wagons and resources to keep the construction going at the same pace. Secondly, the Republic has lost a few hundreds of people, as you can see here. That happened during the winter of 1948 and 1949. The reason is the heating issues that I have experienced during that winter period. In particular, I didn't have enough snow plows, which slowed down the buses that were delivering workers to the heating plant. It of course resulted in frequent temperature drops and a lot of people immediately left. The good thing though, we don't have that many people living with their parents anymore, only 137 people. Lastly, since I've enabled the vehicle replacement tool, my expenses has rocketed through the roof and I had quite an old fleet. If you take a look at the expenses from April, it is almost 200k, and you see it also everything is dedicated to import. So once those replacements have been done, hopefully my budget will stop suffer from such a high expense. So if you are going to use that tool here, which is automatic vehicle replacement tool, be very careful. I also installed a few mods, mostly for decoration purposes, so from now on you will see me using them here and there from time to time. Alright, that's I guess enough for the intro. Let's speed up the game and do something about our industrial zone first. My storages are now connected to the electricity. Everything is ready to start receiving the resources which we will need to build the rest of it. The progress of the city building, it's kind of at the beginning. Some infrastructural things have been built, but as you can tell, there are quite a few pipes left. There are basically all the buildings that we need to construct, which we will try to do today. My hope is that once I have the resources available here, construction offices will have easier time to drive back and forward and start constructing what is left to be built. Alright, let's begin one by one. First off, we need to set the resources in our storages, and I'll go with this one here first. We need to limit the amount, and we need steel, we need prefabs, we need bricks, and I think we also need boards. Yeah. So let's do like that and see what percentage of these we want to have. So steel, almost 300, prefab 263, which I don't think I need that much. so I'll probably get it down to 157. Most of the buildings here in this area do not require prefabs, so hopefully that will be enough for now. Boards, we do need boards. I don't know at which extent. I will leave it as 300. I mean, they very, very cheap, so I'm not concerned about the price for boards at all. Now, next one is our warehouse, which will supply a lot of resources to our city. So here again, I'm gonna limit the amount, and I need chemicals for explosive production. I need food, I need clothes, and I need a little bit of electronics and a lot of explosives. I haven't decided on getting alcohol into this city yet. If need be, I will be able to adjust that warehouse storage on a go, but for now my goal is to have these resources to be stored at first. Talking about the volume or the volume of those, definitely electronics we don't need that much, so I'll set it probably at let's say 3%, 4%, so 2.5 tons should be more than enough. I will definitely need more food because this is the most desirable commodity. Let's set it for 245, and I'll decrease the amount of clothes to about 30 tons. Clothes are not getting consumed as frequent and as fast as food, so hopefully this volume will be more than enough. Electronics 9.5, explosives 72 tons of explosives. So 1 ton of explosive is roughly 2,000 to the best of my memory. Let me take a look. Explosives, where they are? There they are. 2,500. So if I have 70 tons by 2.5, yeah, that should be okay. I don't know the pace at which both those factories will start producing explosives. It remains to be seen for now. But anyway, regardless of that, I will leave that value as it is for now. The next one, the next two actually, is coal storage, which is this guy here. So we will leave this storage purely for coal. Coal will be required by heating plant and will be required by our power plant. This guy here will store gravel. If you haven't seen the previous episodes or the planning stages, I don't have any deposits here, and I haven't set up any mining industries in this area, so I will use customs house to deliver the resources that I need, at least for now. Coal and gravel is not expensive material, so hopefully it won't hit my budget hard. Now, for the explosive factories, we also need, apart from chemicals, we need wood. So I will limit the amount, and this storage will be dedicated purely for wood, like so. 1,000 tons of wood. That's a lot of wood. Okay. Now, what's next? We have completed construction of our forklift garage. Actually, two of them. One is here and the other one is here. So most likely we can actually start buying the forklifts themselves. In this era, these are actually trucks, as you can see here. It's not a typical forklift, and they have relatively low capacity. That's why I have two garages, which are connected to both explosive factories, to the warehouse, and to the storage. So hopefully 8 vehicles will be enough to distribute the utilities, the commodities that we need to produce explosives, and at the same time deliver the ready goods back to the warehouse, from which train will be picking up and deliver back to the customs. Let's take a look. We have gas 905 and we have AMO 15. So this one is quite old. It's already redundant, so I'm not going to buy ammo. I'm going to buy gas. And gas has a capacity for chemicals where they are 0.54 tons of chemicals. 0.54. I think that is 2 times the consumption rate of factory, so should be okay. All right, let's go ahead and buy them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same for this garage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, both of these garages will require fuel, otherwise those forklifts will not be able to do what they're supposed to do, so I'm gonna give my distribution office, which is responsible for fuel, also deliver fuel to both of these. 1 and 2. Let's take a look. And let's keep at 50%, maybe even at 60%. Because the last thing I want is those forklifts to completely stop doing what they're doing. It will in turn stop my production, which is not what we want. Let me quickly double check if I have forgotten anything. So we have this storage, we have this storage. Oh, there we go, we have meat, we had a freezer for meat as well. So this will probably need to be completely full, otherwise we will not be able to supply meat fast enough to our city. And another thing that I wanted to add to this setup is the road depot, not the road depot, cargo station, which will speed up the process of loading and unloading. Because the storage or the area where the food and clothes will be is kind of far away from the city, I don't want to waste additional time for the trucks to come in, slowly load and then get back. So I will have one additional, not additional, it's actually the first one, the road cargo station, and it can live here absolutely fine. There we go. I'm not gonna commission it just yet, because I think my construction offices are busy with quite a few tasks. Let's have a look. They're building pumps and they're building pipes. Okay, it's not that bad actually. If I select those, I should be able to see buildings highlighted in green, which they are working on. Okay, yeah, not that bad at all. Right, what's next? We've set up the fuel delivery to forklift garages. I think it is time to buy the trains and wagons. Since everything is connected, I should be able to start delivering the resources, and once the resources are here, I will be able to move my construction office, temporarily construction offices, to the permanent place where they're gonna live over there. Now, the question is how many trains I need to have. So I've got pretty much 2 types of materials, of the resources that I need to deliver. And I can do it with 1 train, which will have a lot of different wagons, or I can do it with 2 trains. So one will be supplying one will be supplying the storage here, and the other one will be supplying these 2 storages. Actually, I have 3 types, because this is the aggregate, this is the open hull, and this is the covered hull. So 3 types of wagons. Okay, let's see what we have and what capacity we have first of all. So we're gonna need steam locomotives and we're gonna need wagons. I don't believe I can buy wagons straight in the depot. Yes, I do need to go to the customs office. So let's have a look. These are cargo wagons, total capacity. Now, this one has capacity of 82 tons of steel. Oh, that's huge actually. 82 tons. I have 200 tons here, so maybe we can actually get away with just 1 train, which will be traveling around until it's unloaded, which is okay setup. Going forward, of course, I will have the distribution office, the rail distribution office, placed somewhere. Maybe we will be able even plan it today. So this is 82 tons of steel. Now this is the same. So we've got a refrigeration wagon, which we will need 1. Then we have aggregate wagons, and their capacity is 27 tons of gravel, 27 tons of coal. Do we have the bigger ones? No, we don't. That's gonna be the biggest that we can have. Okay, and amount of these wagons will be the biggest one, because we have 2 storages. Each one has a capacity of 5,000 tons, so it will take train some time to actually fill those. Maybe I will need to have a second train purely to deliver the aggregate materials, the aggregate resources. And then we need covered hull. Covered hull type is this one here. This can deliver 17 tons of crops, but we don't need crops. 11 tons of food, 6.6 tons of chemicals, mechanical components, yeah, 7.7 electronics, and 11 tons of clothes. Okay, so we will need a few of these as well. Alright, let's then buy this one first. Oh, this one can only deliver prefab and steel. Okay. But we do need bricks as well. I wonder how the game will behave if I will mix up this wagon and this wagon. This is a very attractive option, but feels like it will be a little bit of an overkill. On the other hand, it is 82 tons against 27, and the price is roughly 3 times more expensive, as well as the capacity. Alright. Okay, let's go with the train first. What locomotives do we now have? Not diesel one, but steam ones. Locomotives. This one here has a lot of engine power. 2000 kilowatts. 750, 2000, 2.2, and this one is actually even more expensive, purely because I guess it has higher maximum speed, 85 versus, oh no, this one actually 115. Let's have a look what colors we have. Green, blue, green. I somewhat like the green color, even though I won't be able to utilize its maximum speed at all because the rail tracks are limited by 75 kilometers, right, or by 70 kilometers. Plus this one is more expensive. I'll go with one of these. And will he drive? Yes, he immediately went to the depot, which is what we want. Now we need wagons. Is that the one? Ah, this is the used vehicle tab, not the one that I was looking for. Cargo wagon, total capacity. All right, let's go with one of these, then one refrigerator. Then we need this type of wagons, and we're gonna need to deliver bricks and panels. Panels we can deliver by this car, by this wagon, and we need delivery of wood and bricks. Okay, so let me go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what we also need is covered hull wagon, and I think I was looking at this one, which had a capacity of 17 tons. What's the difference between this and that? 65 kilometers, 90 kilometers. Okay, so this is more advanced. Yeah, the year of production, 1914, 1937. And this one is cheaper, but it has the same capacity, plus it is shorter, 9 meters against 12 meters. Alright, 17 tons, once again, just checking if I can have a better deal, and I think this one is actually better. 9 meters, empty weight 9 tons, empty weight 10 tons. The capacity is exactly the same. So why don't I just buy these guys here? 1, 2, 3. Now, and the only thing that I'm missing is the aggregate wagons. Wagons for aggregate materials. Is that the only option with maximum capacity? Yeah, I think it is. We need quite a few of them so that a train can do fewer amount of runs back and forward. So how about getting 5 wagons? It will take me to 100 tons of delivery per one go. Slightly over 100 tons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I said, I do need to have, I think, a second train. Yeah, let's just buy a second locomotive. Again, steam. This time around, I probably will stick to the same series, which is IS series, but I will paint it in blue. There we go. You see, once you start procuring new equipment, new vehicles and stuff, your budget immediately goes down. It just seems that you have a lot of money, but in fact that's not the truth at all. Alright, so the blue guy, you should be able to now go to the customs, load wagons and unload. Off you go. Let's see how many wagons it will bring. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think there are quite a few left, yeah. This is an interesting... Ah, he went for refueling. Okay, that makes sense. I thought... at first I thought, why wouldn't he go just straight to the depot by using that rail? So he's refueling now. Yep. Now, while this is happening and all the wagons are getting transported, let's take a look at the area, what we can commission so far as well. Now, this is finished, and I was gonna check underground because I think a few of those pipes haven't been built yet. Yeah, that's exactly right. So we have sewage, switch. We may start building this guy here. Heating pipe. Heating pipe is also quite important. So we will start building this, and I will assign construction officers to start working on those 2, 3. Whenever you assign tasks to the construction office, it is recommended to have a look what they've been working on, because when the list of those jobs is like very big one, I think the game AI is getting confused on what to do first. Now, how we're doing? Has everything been delivered? No, not at all. Let's do it once again. Good. All wagons are now inside. So we now can set up the route for the trains to go. Before doing so, we need to deal with semaphores, and semaphores will need to have double lane movement back and forward here. We will have that set up. There we go. And we need to have chain signal in, normal out. Same here, chain in, normal out. And semaphores, do I need this node? I don't think so. One, two. That length should be enough for unloading, given the length of the trains that I have. And we will go with the same here. Like so. Did I mess it up? Yes, I did mess it up. This is the wrong direction signals. So we're going from here, like that, then like that. I don't anticipate too much traffic in this area, so I think this setup should suffice for now. Alright. Now, let's start with the green one. We need... So green one will take care of this storage and this storage. Let me add those wagons. 1, 2, fridge as well, and steel. This is a big train. Blue train will deliver chemicals, food, clothes. Shall I probably change that? Yeah, I think let's do it another way. So cargo train will be this one, and the other one will take care of basic products. And let's see how we go. Let's see how we go in a minute. So you, my friend, will have a new route. Going to the customs and then unload here. So this is going to be the exit. So I need to take that one, erase from the line. So it will go from here to cargo station, where he will unload to this warehouse and to the meat storage. That's good. In a minute. Customs office first. Then this station, and then this station. Unload. Unload, unload. Now, what you're going to be loading? You're going to be loading steel, prefab, boards, wood, meat, food, chemicals, electronics. And then from this storage, you will also... From this storage, you will also be loading explosives and unloading explosives at the customs house. Now, unloading steel, meat, boards, wood, food, clothes, electronics, and chemicals. Is that it? And actually this one is connected to the storage, so I don't even need to select that storage as a separate item, do I? So this guy can actually go away. let me do it once again. I think there is a better way to set it up. So, new stop, customs, and then this storage. From customs we need steel, prefab boards, wood, meat, cloth, electronics and chemicals, and unload explosives. Is that it? Oh, bricks as well. Bricks as well. Prefabs will be delivered by a different train, by this one here, because this can work with prefabs. Yes, that's exactly right. Now, have I selected everything that I need? Let's go and check. Steel, wood, boards, chemicals. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is what I need. Yep. Now, here we're gonna unload steel and whatever we selected. There we go. And bricks as well, right? Right. Okay. Let's click start and see how that one goes. Now, this gentleman here will take care of aggregate and train cargo station. So again, select customs. We're gonna need, let me delete the previous route, customs. We will still need to make a stop here because of the prefab, and prefab is connected to this storage. So let me quickly do that. This one and then this one. So here we will need to unload whatever we actually can to unload. So basically this one here first. Unload. Go to the customs. At customs we're gonna need coal, we're gonna need gravel, prefab and steel. Now here we will unload prefab and we will unload steel. At the aggregate unloading station we will unload gravel and coal. And we don't need to pick anything up, as far as I can tell. We can also deliver wood. Is that correct? Yeah, we can deliver wood. So maybe we will use that train as well as the previous one to deliver wood. What is the capacity? 27 tons. I'll leave it as it is for now. I'll leave it as it is for now. And let's see how we go. Nice. Train is using the right logic, so our storages are getting filled. Let's just check. Yep, wood, cloth, electronics. Wood will soon be delivered. Or will it? This guy... Yeah, this guy is delivering wood. Okay. This one is getting filled. And now we should start seeing both of these storages to start receiving the resources. Amazing. Well, it took me a while to figure out the routes, but hopefully I didn't mess them up. Why is it taking you so long? A lot of money in there. And my budget immediately went from almost 3 million to 2.3 million. But that's fine. This is one-off situation. I'm pretty sure this will soon stop. Okay. Now, since we start piling up those storages, I think it's time to move our temporarily construction guys to the place where they're gonna live. This guy here. And we probably can change their source of the materials that they're picking up, because right now they're going to the customs and then they're going back. So Why don't we just change that? Do we have a little bit of resources yet? No, we don't. Alright, this train will have to wait, and it will be waiting until this one is free. That is because there's the change signal, so he's looking at that area to be free before moving. Let's see how it works. Yep. So now it's going. This train is on this track. Yep. Have you unloaded everything that you wanted to unload? Yeah, you have. Okay. 27 tons of coal, 100 tons of gravel, and you are... Why didn't you unload the wood? Did I forget? Let me take a look at your route. Yeah, it says unload wood. Ah, that is why. Okay. This factory connection didn't exist. That's why I didn't unload any wood in here. Alright, well, live and learn, live and learn. Alright, how are we going with those pipe construction? We're going just okay. This is halfway built, this is built. Before assigning a new tasks to these guys here, I will wait until the storages fill up a little bit, and then I will move construction offices to their permanent location. And right now I need to double check a few things. Just checking how are we going with construction on the other side of the map, because this is also work in progress. And I see the rail track builder is going here. So I've got both notifications enabled. Okay, so it looks like construction office is working on both of these tracks, which is good. And so far there's a little bit of a progress over here as well. So this area is getting built slowly. So once I have these tracks completed, as well as these tracks, I will be able to build distribution office, rail distribution office, and I will start taking the resources from this area to this area, and will enable construction of our city for the oil refinery industry. So construction offices have been already built. I will get some vehicles to both of these. Hopefully this will be happening concurrently with the major construction on the north. And yet we have yet to build all of these in the upcoming episodes. Alright, is there anything I need to change here? I think I was wanting to enable auto search for my construction offices here. Actually I did enable that, because I'm not building anything here, and these guys can start working on maintenance. Because if you don't have auto search enabled, then they won't do any maintenance. You will have to select the buildings that you want to maintain, the machines at the production buildings, to repair them manually. Right now I think I should be good to go. Yep, and yeah, we are within the reach of pretty much all the production areas, even the coal processing plant. Okay, how about this area as well? Amazing. Budget wise, yeah, we procured a lot of resources, so the money is going down very, very quickly. But this is the cost of the construction. I mean, I think I said at one of the episodes that this area here is like 2 million in terms of the price to build everything. Plus we're using foreign manpower for now, and if I take a look at the economy and trade, our expenses for foreign manpower, it is 7,000 this month, but we are just at the beginning of June, and if we take a look at the last month, it is 61,000. So this is like a huge expense for my budget at the moment, because the workers I'm using, they're all from abroad. Can I please set the high priority? Thank you. Once this one is built, this storage will be filled with wood. And we're very, very good at piling up those resources here, which is amazing. A little bit of steel left, that is fine. So now, since we have that steel already full, I will tell this guy to stop buying steel so that it can focus on something else. Good. Now these guys will require a new source of the resources, and this is going to be here. Actually, before I do that, I probably need to disable. Will that work? Yeah, that works. Okay. Now I can copy to this building, and we will set gravel here. And I don't think we need coal. Yeah, we don't need coal for construction. Copy. And now these guys can move to their new location. These are the cranes. Buses. Dumpers. That construction office has capacity of 24 mechanisms, okay. Concrete mixers, of course. Excavators, bulldozers. There we go. I will select deliver mechanisms only with trucks. Now these guys also need to go to their new location, and let's wait and see how much space we have left, because I think 7 construction offices, 7 temporarily construction offices, multiplied by 4, it's going to be 28, but the capacity is 24. I may need to have one small construction office somewhere over here to put the excavators in. Do I actually have any excavators here? I do not have any, and I will need them quite soon. Alright, this is distribution office, that is fine, and this one is our waste. Oh, actually this is the coal and gravel delivery for rail construction area. Okay. Let's see. You guys don't need auto search, and thank you. This one also doesn't have auto search. Yeah, you saw that, right? Once the auto search enabled, they immediately rushed into the building of all these buildings that I planned. I don't like using auto search, at least at the beginning. So we have gravel, we have coal. Why the storage is getting filled so slow? Let me just check. This train is doing fine. This one, oh, that is because it's loading very slowly. Okay, that makes sense. How about our storage here? Clothes is full, chemicals. So it will buy a little bit of chemicals, that's alright. Clothes, electronics, food. And let me check, have I forgotten to load food? I have not. Alright. What is already done? Clothes is already done. Electronics is also done. So we're gonna change this one in a second. So we don't need clothes, we don't need electronics. And can I can't select which resources I can delete. Alright, I guess that is what it is. 300, 130. Yeah, good. Okay, now we need to assign our new construction office to the shortcut, and there's gonna be construction office over here. These guys can be demolished. This is also empty, also can be deleted. That's fine. Now, how much space do we have? We have space for 3 more vehicles. Okay. And these 3 vehicles are gonna be those excavators. Sweet. Alright. How are we doing with construction? This pipe is ready, and yeah, I think it's time to start building up our finishing up building our industrial zone here and there, and then move to our residential area, which we're gonna do in a few minutes. Let's wait until the last excavator. Why did you guys still here? Is that because there is not enough space? Ah, right, there isn't enough space because some of the vehicles were on the road while when I assigned excavators to the new home place. Okay. Okay. So we need 1 more construction office, which doesn't need to be huge. We can probably get away with the one for 16 vehicles. And those vehicles can live somewhere here. We don't have the electricity, do we? We need to place it a little bit closer. How about this area? I don't want to place it too close to the bus station, but this should be enough. And plus we have a little bit of space on the right hand side. Or maybe have it here. I don't have anything planned for this area, so let's go and build that one. Alright. This is the road depot, this is the distribution office. Talking about the distribution offices, we probably need to have a few of them, since we're going to be delivering a lot of resources back and forward. The 2 distribution offices or even 3 distribution offices will not hurt, definitely. There will be a little bit of vehicle traffic getting out and in of that area. Alright, before building them though, let me focus my attention on constructing of this construction office plus these 2 buildings. And by looking at the pace of construction, something tells me we may not have enough time to actually populate the city today. I was probably a little bit too optimistic, but maybe I'm wrong. We will see how it goes. So far, guys, this is behind the scene footage, right? I said at the beginning that I wanted to show what's happening in between the episodes, what's going on, what I'm doing and how I'm doing things. From one hand, I feel like for some of you it will be interesting to see. From the other hand, those who are watching Workers and Resources Soviet Republic footage on YouTube are most likely familiar with those details. So if you find this interesting or not interesting, drop me a comment below. I'm quite resistant to criticism. I'm a small creator. I mean, 200 subs is a good result anyway. I am in those 60%, 30% of the YouTube channels which actually have more than 200 subs. But nevertheless, I can change the direction of the content on a go without, hurting too much. let's get back to our construction here and check what these guys are busy with. So they will soon finish these factory connections, I hope. No workers and mechanisms. It is taking some time. It is taking, I would say, too much time to finish this small factory connection, but it is what it is. What are we missing here? We are missing only workers and we are missing mechanisms. Okay. Construction offices. Are you bringing anyone? I don't see any cars actually moving to this. So let me just select it again and see if it changes anything. Yeah, now it's going. Now this is the bus with workers. Okay, amazing. Let's check the messages quickly. This is the fire, and fire was dealt with. That is good. That is very good. The train is cruising back and forward. I don't see any train traffic, which is amazing, which is what we want to see. This guy is getting those resources delivered. By the way, do we have bricks? We have bricks, we have panels, steel, a little bit of boards. And this storage is getting filled slowly. Not as fast as I wanted to get filled, because I can't, it looks like I cannot deliver food still. Let me see, I've got a little bit of clothes here, steel and wood and meat. How about meat? Meat is good. So we will remove, whereabouts the train is, we will remove meat purchasing. There we go. And 20 tons of electronics. Why did you buy 20 tons of electronics? Yeah, this is the disadvantage of not having the distribution office, I guess. Distribution office will not buy extra resources until they need it. So for now, I will have to live with this train and with these materials which he is carrying, or I can simply discard all cargo, but this is really like a 60,000 rubles, 67,000 rubles of waste. It is what it is, I guess. And talking about the rail distribution office, I think it might be the time to plan one. I don't mind having it behind the hill here. It will be right in the middle of the main railroad. So the aluminium production will be here and bauxite mining area will be there. So distribution office will cruise in between the customs to the production area on the right hand side, and it will also be able to take care of, maybe it will not be able to take care of this area, because he won't have a loop. If the train will go like that, it will go to the customs, it will then go to this storage area, but it won't be able to return. So most likely I will need to lay additional tracks for the distribution office to reach this area. And that's not going to be an easy job, I believe. Let me just try and see if I can actually have anything built here. Just take away these signals here and see if I can do that. So this is gonna go this way. Alright. And can I connect it here? I don't believe so. Oh, actually I can. Alright. So with this setup, unfortunately it has to be a junction here, but I don't see any other way of dealing with this. And let me take away that node for a sec. Can I? And that is the only way for distribution office to actually reach that area. And I want to take care about these storages by the distribution office rather than having train running back and forward like it does now. So, shall I leave it like that? I will leave it as the planned road, just as a reminder for myself for the future. And let me see if I can plan the distribution office in this area. As I was saying, the train will be cruising back and forward alongside this railroad. So this zone seems to be attractive to me to place it. Let me just take away a little bit of rail here and there, because I want a straight area. I don't want to build rail distribution office at the angle. Hello, Central Planning. How are you doing today? At some point I thought I'm gonna be streaming for myself throughout the day. Thank you for showing up. Rail distribution office it is then. So it lives somewhere here, and how about placing it right in this section? Just woke up. Yeah, it's Sunday. I get that. As you can tell, I'm streaming again, just bridging the gap to speed up the process a little bit. This area is halfway done, and the residential area is about to be start building. Without train distribution office, it's pain in the neck to deliver all those materials. I hate doing that way, but I haven't planned the distribution office yet, so it is what it is for now. One, two, and probably make this a little bit smoother than it is right now. Any big plans for the Christmas break, mate? I don't think I will have enough space here to do the turn. Yeah, I don't, so I need to extend this rail track just a little bit. 1 and 2. And do the crossing here, so that the train can change the direction. Cool. No Christmas in China. Oh, come on. Are you not celebrating the Chinese New Year being in China? I think it's like 26th of January or something, if I remember correctly. There we go. So this one is completed. Let me just assign construction office to make a new construction office for themselves. Storage is doing okay. Got coal, got gravel. I should be able to start building these and these actually. I have a lot of vehicles just idling. There's something that is missing here, and I can't remember what I was going to build here. I was gonna utilize this bus stop for something, but I don't remember what was it. Let me just check my notes. I do actually make notes before stream, so that I don't forget things while I'm playing. And vehicle repair station. That is the one. That is the one, indeed. So it leaves, I think, here. Medium and small. Medium. Oops. I don't need medium, I believe. Let me check what size of the repair station I had here, because it was doing a great job in the first city, and I don't believe it was a big one. Three vehicles. Yeah, it was a big one. Okay. Alright. Or maybe it wasn't a big one. Anyway, nothing stops me from keep experimenting, so we will build one here, because sooner or later these vehicles will have wear and tear level which won't allow them to operate as they should. Do we want to cover the construction office? No, I don't really think so. I mean, if you didn't know, that orange square kind of highlights the fact that vehicle repair station will be able to repair all the vehicles within the zone without sending cars to repair. I mean, it is a benefit, but I don't see it is to be a very big benefit, to be honest. So this will be within the range of the bus station. And how many workers we have? 25, 15. I mean, the city, at least the first phase of the city, it's not going to be huge, slightly over 2,000 people. So I'll probably go with small one. If I need to just replace the vehicles, I will just replace the vehicles. So the small one, there will be... and I don't have access to water, so I need to place it a little bit closer. No, that's fine. And pedestrians can have access to the bus station. Actually, I don't believe I need... Yeah, they can actually walk. Just for safety. There we go. There we go, there we go. This train is actually doing not a bad job at all, which is good. And we still can't deliver food because the train capacity is full. That's a shame. How about sending you to the depot, and then I will remove the cargo from the wagons manually, instead of wasting all that money for nothing. Alright, so these guys should be busy with these 3 construction areas. Yep, yeah. Let's look after our new distribution office here. It does require water, and even actually a direct connection, yes it does. And it also needs coal to deliver, to refuel the trains. So a small storage, like a very tiny one, should be able to squeeze somewhere here. And I want to leave a little bit of space for the rail tracks. There we go. Oops. This is completed. Now the water. To the best of my memory, I had some free connection available in the industrial zone from that switch. Yeah, it is. There is one. I don't see any expansion happening in this area, so I will use that connection to supply water to distribution office. And whereabouts you are? There you go. Pipe to here, and where is the other one? This is the other one. There we go. Distribution office will take care of delivery coal to that storage. Do we miss anything else? Oh, we miss electricity. Electricity. Now, this area will have a lot of production buildings to which I will need to supply electricity anyway. So it won't be a bad idea to have another switch and transformer in this area. I haven't planned the production buildings yet, so I don't know what the layout will look like. I know the mines or deposits are there, but I have no idea what the layout will look like. So I will go with one high voltage switch, and I will go with one transformer. Plus we already have those electrical pillars here. I think it will look good if we just make a smaller one, which will go alongside the road. Notify is enabled. Notify is also enabled. There we go. Now train. This guy here, what do you have? Let me just dismantle this train. This wagon. Are you empty? Okay, let's do it like that. So you have electronics and you have clothes. 15,000. I mean, there is no other way, I guess. Unless I buy a couple more wagons. And one wagon I think is like 8,000, and the volume of this cargo is 15. It will be cheaper to buy wagons rather than destroying the resources. Let me quickly do that. So what we're missing here is food, right? Food and a little bit of chemicals. So I will make a new train which will consist of a couple of those wagons which will start delivering food and chemicals. At least this warehouse will be filled with the goods that I need before I launch the city live. Alright. Couple of wagons. We need cargo wagon and we need this guy here. 12 total capacity and I think I've used these ones. 9,500 per one. There we go. Now you can go to the customs, get wagons, return, and tell me how you go. One and two. Sweet. What is in this wagon? A little bit of cloth and a little bit of electronics. Okay. What do we have here? Alright. So it will be able to deliver 22 tons of food and 13 tons of chemicals. Alright, let's go buy chemicals and food and deliver them to here. Off you go. How we're doing with construction? Almost completed. Just started. 13%. What are we waiting for? Construction is running without any issues. Oh, we're waiting for the concrete. Yes, of course, the concrete. I have 8 concrete mixes, but this is far away from enough in order to speed up the whole process here. It is always a big hold up. And that's why I have this concrete plant over here. I can technically feed this plant with foreign workers, but that's going to be quite expensive. But at the same time, I do need this concrete plant to be enabled. This will help me to build all of that. How many workers concrete plant needs? 5. Okay, that's done. I will start importing workers for concrete plant. Let's put this one on hold. Let's put this one on hold. And let's start building this and that. And set the high priority. This will be way better and way faster. I've got gravel. And gravel is connected to the concrete plant. Yes, it is. And then cement silo. Okay. What you guys are busy with? Concrete plant, explosive factory, cement silo. Yeah, those 3. Hopefully they will be able to build it very, very soon. Now, let me take a sip of water and I'll come back to you in a second, guys. Alright, I'm back. I was gonna ask Central, have you ever used planes for goods delivery in any of your playthroughs? Construction office is finished, and now these excavators can leave here, and we can demolish this building here. Alright. Another milestone reached. Now, we will need to copy the schedule for these guys. Yes, you do. How are they? I'm thinking about uniting the Republic by using planes at some stage. I don't remember when the planes or the big planes become available, but I think it's like in mid-50s or something like that, or maybe even in 60s. Chemicals, amazing. Now we will stop buying chemicals and we will be buying food only. Our forklifts arrived here and here. I won't be able to set up the tasks until those constructions, those buildings are built actually. So while we wait, I found a very nice... No, planes. Planes. So let's see what mods I have. I feel like the depot can be a little bit enhanced with decorations. In particular, if I put a few wagons somewhere, it will look a little bit different from the standard design. And I've got these ploppable cisterns, which I think I can squeeze in between those two. So if I go 1, 2, and 3, and I've got wagons like these as well. 1 and 2, and probably a hopper. There we go. I should have some connection tracks. Yeah, there we go. There they are. These are also ploppable, but they can function. But the main purpose of them is to actually be like a decorational tracks. So now it looks like there is like halfway built tracks under these wagons, which is what I wanted to make. And I can paint those things in the different colors to basically make them look unique. I don't believe I can change the colors of these ones, but for now, to me it looks way more natural. The depot and a couple of leftovers wagons sitting there, a little bit of decoration. Good for tourists, or if you want to export a small amount of very profitable resources like electronics. Yeah, tourists, yeah, I understand that. And you're playing on a 3-island map. you will be playing with planes more in this one. Yeah, okay, interesting. I'm thinking about adding planes and helicopters so that I can build in remote areas way faster than I am now. But before doing so, I need to launch a refinery and, you know, save some money, because I think the prices for those vehicles, for planes and helicopters, is very, very high. Now, while this is in progress, I wanted to add a couple of few things from the mods that I've downloaded. One of them is this guard tower, and yeah, this one here. So this is like a security tower, which I think will fit just nice in this area. Since it's explosive factory, there must be an extra security put in there, and we can make that happen. There we go. Now there will be like a tower nearby the fence. There we go. And let's just build this and see how it looks. Unfortunately, there are not that many mods that allows plopping. Majority of them are very, very convenient to use when you have you don't use realistic mode. In realistic mode, you will need to build quite a lot of these small decorational bits, which is okay, but they can create fire. Plus, not all of them are actually possible to use in realistic mode at all. So, going forward, you will see me using, you know, small decorational stuff here and there, just to bring a little bit of natural, I guess, look. What's happening with this storage? Oh, we finished the factory road, and now this train should be able to unload wood. And I've actually disconnected those wagons. Okay. So I managed to unload a little bit of that. And I'm pretty sure we will soon fill up the storage with food, which is good. Once it's done, I will add a couple more wagons to this one. Alright, how are we doing with the construction here? Still need materials, and we need concrete, we need people. Yeah, this isn't going as fast as I thought it will be, but that's alright. I can probably take a look at the electricity supply, those two that I mentioned earlier here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. A new switch which can leave pretty much anywhere, so we will have it here so that we have available connections available, and a transformer which can also leave somewhere here nearby. So transformer will feed the rest of the area, which is the plan. Hey Phil, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining today. This is a good opportunity for you to see how creation works. Unlike edited episodes, streams are a little bit different, but just a little bit. So high voltage connection will go first. I will go with probably 15 megawatts, and they will be in parallel with these guys here. There we go. And how would that look in reality? Alongside the road, I guess, would probably be the realistic look. Or do like that. Let's see. I don't mind having it here, because normally when you put something alongside the road, it will then create heaps of issues if you need to do intersection or anything like that. But I think I should be able to run anything under those wires. Yep, the rail is going fine. The road is also going fine. I'll leave it as it is, just to have an opportunity for maneuver. Oh, come on, don't be shy. Central, you're doing a great job. I wish I had more time to work on the YouTube, but I'm a full-time employed, so it's my hobby when I have a little bit of a spare time. Okay. Food is almost completed, which is good. Actually, yeah, a couple more runs, and then I will start importing wood. Now, transformer. Sorry, I was just reading the chat. It's such an unusual thing when you have like messages in the chat and you still need to play. So I'm kind of forgetting that I'm actually streaming. Just enjoying reading the chat. And connecting those two with the same 15 megawatts. There we go. And the substation here, which will supply whatever is required, which will supply electricity basically. Connect this and that, and a couple underground wires. There we go. There we go. Now, this guy can actually go to the construction in the next phase. Right now the priority is to build those two guys here, which we almost built. Oh, that's good. Look at the money. I mean, I didn't expect that to be so expensive. But it is actually. The import in June, 920,000. That's horrendous. Alright, we need water and we need cement. Cement is here, and water, of course. I've got this water well here, but I need workers to start going into the water well and to get the water treatment plant running. So what I'm gonna do is I will probably start building residential area slowly but surely, and I will need to get shopping center going. I will need to get bus station and these utilities over here. Alright. What will go first? I believe we need to stop the train. We have this one here, so the final run. It's good that I catch it. And you, my friend, can go to the depot now. You're working 10-15 hours a week. Well, yeah, that's a dream. Now take these wagons out and put the ones which will deliver boards. Not the boards, but wood. Do we have anything here? We have a little bit of steel here. Is that on both wagons or just on one? It's really hard to tell. Alright. Do we have space available? I guess we will have to see. So, delete that route and go to the customs. Go to the train station, unload wood and buy wood. Amazing. Start. Let's see if I have capacity. Only 7 tons. Okay, so we will need to delete that steel from the storage in order to speed things up. We're running out of bricks. How are we doing with coal? 2,000 tons almost. Same for the gravel, which is good. But this storage will empty very quickly once I have all these productions running. So where is our cargo train? This guy here. It should be able to buy bricks. And it should be able to unload bricks. Everything else seems to be at the good level. You're also Russian? Oh, good to know that. Whereabouts you from? If you're watching, you must be somewhere in, you know, Oceania region at least, because it's like in the middle of the day here, but it's probably, what, it's 12 hours behind in the European zone. Alright. No, I'm from Russia, originally. I'm Russian. I live in New Zealand for, what, almost... how many years? 7? But yeah, originally I'm from Russia. Yeah, Vorkuta is like... is very depressive. If you want to get or to dive deep into depression, that's the best place to look. Oh, it's 4 AM in the morning. Yeah, that's understandable. New Zealand time zone is very awkward. I'm not in... I don't fit normal Oceania hours because I am 2 hours ahead of Australia, and I can't catch US and I can't catch EU. Very weird. Bricks are getting in. What about... oh, we've got a prefab. Prefabs are cheap, so I'll probably delete prefabs at all. And we don't need to buy them anymore. There we go. We need bricks and coal. Sweet. Now when I'm doing this, I feel like I need to build this distribution office. It will require such a high amount of micromanagement if I'll keep doing what I'm doing, because it's just one big distraction. So I'll go ahead and start constructing the distribution office and the rail tracks over here. Otherwise, I will stuck with this micromanagement for another several episodes. Yeah, it is Slavic. It's impossible to get rid of the accent, Central. My kids do speak English fluently, but I don't. I moved to English-speaking country 7 years ago, but still, till the rest of my days, I won't be able to get rid of the accent anyway. And you're from Eastern Europe, from what I remember, Central. Is that correct? Was it Serbia or something like that? Serbia, yeah. I haven't been there, unfortunately, but I traveled across Europe quite a lot. Mirny, yeah. Mirny is one of those abandoned places. Well, it's not abandoned technically, but yeah, it is definitely worth checking. Now, how we're doing, I'm just checking if the setup that I have works as I want it to work. So I've got storages filled with... before starting building, we need to have a distribution area. And this distribution area can live pretty much anywhere. Let me plan a couple of distribution offices. Medium. Modern industry is required for the big ones. And modern industry is when exactly? Modern industry. Is that the one? Nope. It's 1958. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I will have to live with the small distribution offices. That should be relatively easy to fix. How we're doing? We're doing good. And this isn't going. Maybe it's not selected, but actually it is selected. So, alright, we're almost there with this gigantic railroad. Look at that loop. God damn. It will take train some time to actually run with oil from refinery to the customs. Alright, let's get back to our construction here. Yeah, the mine in Mirny is still working. What I was meant to say abandoned. I mean, it's not as populated as it used to be when they discovered the deposits over there. Because I think in 80s, like mid-80s, there was a boom and a lot of attention to that city. And everyone started, going there, making money, working shifts, and, earn some income. Because it was very, on the... very hot on the news and stuff. This one is almost done. What about these guys? 32%. Actually, the pace of construction isn't that bad. As long as I have money to keep buying resources, this will be fine. Silo is almost completed, so I need to start building distribution office as soon as I can. This is medium, and this is small, 5 cars, 10 cars. I'll go with 2 medium ones. And they can actually be over here. I don't mind having them. One, and I will mirror and place another one. Slightly misaligned, we can fix that. And there we go. When these two are ready, we can actually... oh, hang on a minute. This is completely skewed. Yeah, that's better. Probably not that close. There we go. Now you can start constructing. Okay. As for the power plant planning in the game, why this power plant only has one big connection? It's a good question. Moreover, the maximum power which you can funnel through is 18 megawatts here. This is like the highest voltage that you can have. But the power plant itself can actually produce quite a lot of power. So, to answer your question, why this power plant only has one big connection, I guess is just the decision that developers made at some point. I don't recall how many connections the other plants have, like the gas power plant and the nuclear one. And these guys also have just one connection. This guy also has just one connection. Yeah, I do have the parking lots, so there they are. And the first city actually has a car dealership center, which is, let me just have a look, which is here. And I have a little bit of buyers in the queue, so I can buy a couple more cars. So I introduced the personal cars at the very beginning, I think. The reason is when you have cars in the city, it looks a little bit more natural than it is with just the cargo tracks. So people can go to work. I have parking slots in front of the production area, here and here. As you can tell, there are cars at the parking, and some people prefer to use buses to go to work. Those that have cars can drive and work whatever they want. Same goes for this area here. So the power plant is here and the parking in front. I feel like it just looks more realistic. Plus I have parking zones in the residential areas, one, and I think, yeah, that's the other one. I think this mechanic is not really like completed. and polished as it could have been, but it's just a nice touch. Yeah, personal cars are good because people can travel longer distances by using personal cars. But the disadvantage of personal cars, I'll show you on an example. So I've got this power plant here, heating plant. So the game mechanics works in the following way. When there is one citizen jumped into the car, and by the way, only one citizen can drive a car, they can't bring, they can't do a carpool with their neighbors. So one car, one worker. So whenever the guy jumps in his car on the other side of the map, somewhere here, well, in my case, in this district over here, he blocks the work slot of the production. And even if the bus delivers the passengers to the bus stop station, if this car is already on the way to the parking lot and to the heating plant, no workers will occupy that reserved space, which from one hand is fine, but if you rely heavily on personal cars to run your production, it may play a very bad joke with you. So be careful with how many cars you have. On additional note, the more cars you have, the higher the expense for the fuel. You're importing more and more fuel. But as the main disadvantage is that, well, there are few. First off, for some reason people cannot take their kids to the daycare, to the kindergartens by cars. Second of all, this is the mechanic I just explained. So they book working space for themselves, but they're still driving, which is a little bit awkward mechanic if you ask me. And on the last comment on that, I don't know how do they choose where to drive on this car. Like, I know that people get new jobs assigned to them every day of the game cycle, but at the same time I have no clue if I can do something about it. For example, I know that this house has car owners, so to the best of my understanding, if I have this icon here, car owners, there are 3. Why can't I just select that these people that own cars and tell them to go to the specific location? So this mechanic doesn't exist. Even though they have cars, they do absolutely random things and have no idea. I mean, I don't think it will change in the future. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, you can't force people to drive to the place you want them to be. Yeah, that's exactly right. And this is bizarre. I mean, you invest so much, you buy cars, you have expenses for fuel, you have car dealership centers, parking slots, but you can't tell them where to drive. I guess it's just one of those things. I mean, I don't want to start the whole discussion about what could have been done in a different way, because there are so many things that, in my opinion, is possible to implement, but I feel like the game is in the last development cycle, and the developers don't want to do anything extra. I feel like they've already kind of lost themselves in what they've done. I'm not sure whether there was an intention to have realistic mode as the way of playing the game. Something tells me that majority of players that play the game, they play like a city builder without realistic mode on, basically plopping the buildings and sponsoring everything by spending money. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the majority plays without realistic mode on. So to that, mechanics like telling people where to go with their cars gets redundant because, you know, there is just a minority of people that want to see that mechanics, and to implement it will take a lot of efforts, I guess. Yeah, they won't. And yeah, Central, their spaghetti codes messed up a lot of things. Yes. I did comment on your video about the function that this game has, such as when you press Control 1, 2 and 3. You told that it is based on the PC performance, and I tried it offline, and even though I have a somewhat okay rig, whenever I try to press Control 2, which is the, I don't know, 8 times speed or whatever, the game breaks, really. I'm not too sure whether it's performance related, but on Control 1 I have no issues speeding up the game, but on Control 2, and I think there is 3 also, it immediately confuses itself and without knowing what to actually do. Devs can't implement a lot of things. Yeah, they are the developers, right? And the publisher is Hooded Horse. And Hooded Horse has a lot of good games on their portfolio. I was wondering why don't they want to invest just a little bit more into this game and help developers to, you know, add a couple more things. But I don't know what the reality is, and no one knows, I guess. But it's sad that they, you know, don't work that active on the game anymore. Yeah, that's what I meant when I commented on your video, because I pressed Control 2 and immediately all the functions of the game, not all the functions, but majority of them have become wrong, obviously. Heating plant didn't produce heat, pumps stopped pumping water and pumping hot water. It was a disaster. So we've got food, everything is here. Where's the train and what this train is doing? It's doing wood. And we're almost finished with wood. How about storage? Halfway to go. Okay. Because it's an 8-year-old game? Yeah, maybe. But I think there is a lot to simulate. Like, if you think about it for a second, everything that is moving on the screen has its own dedicated waypoints, if you like, in the way of code. I'm not an IT guy, so I have no idea how it works in reality, but I can presume this is like a massive things to simulate at the higher speed. Yeah, I saw the interview. I think it was Bilbo Joe that had a chat with them a few months ago, and they said that, yeah, they're a little bit tired of doing things, which is sad. I know they're working on the second game. Hopefully that means that we will see in Workers and Resources 2.0 at some stage. But I don't hold my breath for it. Now, switch hasn't been built. That's because we don't have the roads. Let's have a roads built. There we go. Silo is ready, and we are working on 2 distribution offices, which is good. Once they're done, we will start delivering cement. We are missing water, and that's pretty much all. Shortcuts, they're here. I'm not using quite many of them. So on 1 I have the roads, on 2 I have construction office selected. This is how I just select whatever the office I need and kind of switching in between who's gonna take the task. 3 is the bulldozer. Throughout the planning stage I found this to be very useful keybind. 4 is the batch construction, so if I have something planned but it hasn't been commissioned yet, so I can do that by selecting this shortcut. and you can do that also with this button here. So essentially this is like similar functions. Number 5 is cancelling the road, and number 6 is cancelling the footpaths. Some people do use more, some people do use less, but I kinda used to it. I think I started playing this game about 6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. There was an early access still, and I think they launched the game like when, last year or 2 years ago, like 1.0 release. I think it was 2 years ago, yeah. But before that it was an early access, which I played quite extensively back in the days. So since then I got used to these shortcuts. You're welcome, you're welcome. Wood almost full. Bricks is full. That's good. What are you busy with? Bricks, okay. Probably stop importing bricks at this stage. Thank you. And focus on coal and gravel. Right. Quite a few actually jobs on the list of all of these construction offices, which is understandable. Let's see who is idling. Open hulls, cranes, and here we have cranes and bulldozers. So I'll probably start building roads, so that by the time everything is ready there, so by the time we will build distribution office, the roads at least will be completed. Yeah, I saw there was a huge discount on this title on Steam. The other thing I wanted to do today on stream is to move the sewage from where it is. The building is on fire. What is this? Yeah, these guys should be able to deal with it. No problem. I wanted to move sewage discharge. I think if I have a city here or here, this sewage will impact, will create a lot of pollution in this area. And I want this view to be occupied by the tourists. Just a small sector here. A few, what's they called, attractions like these ones will fit very, very good at the edge of the shore, of the land. But if I have tourists here and hotels and the pollution all over the place, I don't think tourists will be happy, and their travel rating or the trip rating will be very, very low. So I will change that. And the way I need to change that is just to move the discharge to the right. And I am more than sure that I will need some excavators here. Yeah, I do need to flatten terrain here. Oh, actually, there is one. Can I have another green one? So one here and one here. Alright. Another fire. You gotta be kidding me. What's this? Indoor pool. People in the pool should be able to deal with the fire. They have a lot of water inside. Come on, guys. Yeah, be careful. This game is very, very addictive. Every time you do a playthrough, it comes differently. I've done multiple maps in the course of me playing this game. I've done... look at that, another fire. What the hell? Central, now I understand why you disable those bloody fires. Like, look at this. 3 minutes, 3 fires. I mean, that's just... it's just out of this world in terms of the frequency of those fires. So yeah, be careful, it's an addictive game. Once you start playing it, especially in realistic mode, you will want to improve more and more in your Republic, in your layout, in the way you're doing things, and there is no end to this process. So, a good game though, very good game. I consider it to be Dark Souls of city builders games. It's not easy as City Skyline. It's completely different from Transport Fever. It's on its own, which is good. Very unique game. Alright, what I was doing was I was working on the sewage. Yep, there we go. So if I move that to here, then I should be okay with building in this area. So let's quickly change that. Move away those pipes. I will leave those as just planned buildings, but I will change the pipe to go this way now. As depressive and as hard as Dark Souls. Well, Dark Souls isn't really depressive, to me at least, but it is quite hard if you're just about to jump into the game, into the realistic mode. The game lacks a lot of induction, if you like. There is like tutorial section in the game, but remembering now when I played this tutorial first time, it didn't make any sense to me because it's very limited. And you know, you want to see the best part? The best part in terms of tutorials is here. Look at that. If you click that icon here, and we'll try to do a good signal layout, in the tutorial section, in the hint section, it says whereabouts that says there was a very funny sentence here. Let me just find it. There we go. Please find additional guides on the Steam Workshop or internet about this topic. It's a very complicated topic. Man, when I launched the game and I like, oh, what the hell is these semaphores are about? I was like, I'll probably need to do some tutorials. And then I went to this menu, I found this icon and I opened it. I've been reading through, I thought I found a gold mine. I was like looking through, reading through, and then please find additional guides on the Steam Workshop or internet about this topic. That's like the representation of how this game actually works. Very funny. If you want to know how to play this game, yeah, go search internet. There is no competition for workers and resources at the moment. Yes, there is none, and I don't think there will be. Look at the concurrent players on Steam Central. It's like, what, 2,000 people, 4,000 people and stuff? Whereas City Skyline 1 and 2 remains like the undoubted leaders of the city building games. People don't like complexity in most case scenarios. They like watching complexity and like watching how others deal with the issues, but more often than not, this is not for the majority of the player base. We need switch, and this is what we need. We need one. probably place them one. But I need to rotate this first. Oh yeah, have you seen that they the developer is now a different company? No, I've got a few games from Paradox. One of them is Stellaris, which I adore. But I haven't played Europa Universalis or other titles. But I think City Skyline is just... it was a little bit rushed in terms of release, and that's why all the problems with the game occurred back then, so... One and this pipe can go different direction. There we go. So this setup will probably be way safer than having sewage discharge nearby the future district. Let me check if I connected everything. Yep, I did. That's fine. Yeah, well, they did this developer which was working on the City Skyline 2, they did the first part, which was amazing. If you ask me, they undercooked the second part. Community was wanting to have the game number 2 with all the developed tools and mechanics that were added to the first part of the game, with mods that should have become part of the standard tools in the game. And that's what community was expecting. But they received like City Skyline 2, which is not actually a 2. It has a lot of bugs and not all the tools were there, and yeah, it was clunky. I bought this game and I played it on release. I wanted to give it a shot. I somewhat missed the first part, so I thought I would probably jump on the second one, but I kind of didn't like it from the get-go. I play Crusader Kings, it's good, but I'm tired of DLCs. Well, that's how Paradox game works. I mean, on Stellaris, I have all the DLCs, and it's not even enough space on the screen if I scroll down on the right-hand side at the game main game menu to go to the bottom of all these DLCs, lol. Even Skylines 1 was mostly made successfully by the community and the modders. I think it was successful just because of that. The game itself isn't like a, experience-breaking innovation. It is a reskin of SimCity, but the community, especially mod makers, this is what made this game successful. I keep saying here and just when I'm talking to my friends that today modders are actually the ones that drive the success of the game. If the game is getting released without access to the tools which allow mods to do what they do, this game won't survive for long. Because customer retention nowadays is based on DLC, but if you have mods in the game, then customer retention actually becomes way more easy to achieve. what I was doing sewage. That's done. Now let me check what construction offices are busy with. Pretty much a few tasks. That's fine. All right. The rail construction is completed. This is this big rail here, and we should be able to start working on the rest of it. There we go. And there we go. Auto search actually ends right over here, so that loop is 5-kilometer loop. So I need to manually assign the construction office to these new rail tracks. Distribution offices are almost done. Storage is almost full, which is good. And we may start constructing this area as well. Do I have the path? Yes, there is the footpath. Cool, cool, cool. What about the roads? The roads have been completed. We need that one to be built as well, and most likely it is time to launch the full construction. I think I checked last time whether I have all the buildings connected to the resources such as electricity. Yep, heat is here, water is here, sewage there. Let's check the other corner of the city. Again, everything is fine. What about this guy? Electricity, yep. Yeah. Okay, so we need to power up our transformer first. Then we need to have all the wires built. And there we go. All right. Well, it's been 2 hours, guys. It's been 2 hours. I understand the stream is way different in terms of the type of the content which I'm usually making, but it is very chill to me to play. I'm enjoying my own pace, and even though the content may be completely different from what you got used to see on the channel, but this is how it looks at the back scene. You like those pedestrian bridges? Yeah, they're very effective, and they kind of make city look a little bit different, and they're very realistic. Like, I mean, those constructions exist all over the place, predominantly over the railroads, but I mean, it just looks cool. Plus, it allows citizens to reach everywhere. So if I take a look at these guys, they will be able to go all the way through that pedestrian road to the supermarket here. I did use one of these things at the first city as well, and it worked out really cool. So this is like the starting area. This was the starting area, and this was my first production setup. And there we go. This is the pedestrian crossing. You see, none of the people actually use roads. They all go through that pedestrian crossing here. A little bit of bush. And by having this thing, I have extended the travel path a little bit of the pedestrians. Electricity problem. Whereabouts? Here? Why? Ah, that's why. Oh no. Oh no. A fire destroyed the building. Where were the firefighters, guys? Oh, there they were. Okay, okay. And this building is without electricity. This is without electricity. Oh, come on. I should have probably gravel all of these roads so that firefighters can go, but they're literally over here. How come they didn't have time to go all the way and deal with that fire? Do we have enough firefighters? Yes, we do. What's the car speed look like? 65 kilometers an hour. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, I don't mind disasters, but in this game, disasters work in a very awkward pattern, I would say. I mean, I think it's all random, but sometimes you can have literally zero fires for about, you know, a couple of hours, and then all of a sudden you have like 3 or 4 at the same time in different areas, and then you're ruined. Same with earthquakes. Earthquakes are just terrible. And we have these guys. They can build this very quickly. These guys here. I also know that the higher the wear and tear of the building, the faster it burns down. But this was like in the blink of an eye. I saw how the progress bar was filling in, just like whoop, and that's done. What do we have here? We have built almost everything. This is technical services. Yeah, let's build technical services as well. Vehicle repair station. Distribution offices are ready. I feel like it is probably time to start building distribution office as well. Gravel should be 60 kilometers an hour. 60 kilometers an hour. Yeah, 60. Asphalt is 110. Bricks. Do we have... Oh, we have panel road, which is the 80 kilometers an hour. Do we have just a brick road? Brick road with tram, with trolley. There we go. Brick road, 80 kilometers. But they don't look like they designed to be used for a highway transfer, so... and I think in this year we already have asphalt pavers. Let me just see. Yeah, there they are. Asphalt. So technically I can start changing the roads to asphalt, but it will be a massive project on its own because it will create so much of a traffic on the highway. You see a lot of Russian right. What does this mean? Where do you see the Russian right? Building stopped producing. Why? because the warehouse was full. Oh, machines replacement is in progress. Well, then make this priority. I don't want this building to stop producing. Okay, now back to our construction here. One distribution office is ready. Need some vehicles, that's fine. I need one small distribution office which will be looking after fuel delivery and liquids delivery, so I will build one. Small distribution office, 4 cars, yeah, that should be fine. Can we squeeze it here? Yeah, there we go. There we go, actually. What about this? What are you not happy about? You're not happy about the wires, okay. Probably not crowd. Let's avoid making this too crowdy. Fuel. They will be taking fuel from customs and will be distributing throughout this area and that area. So how about you guys will leave somewhere over here? How far the connection is? Not that far. And here we don't have electricity, right? What about this area? We do have electricity, but it will extend the travel path. Alright. Let's put them next to the construction office. And tell these guys to build. Oh yeah, there are many ways of putting smiles in the chat, but yeah, Russians tend to do in a certain way, which people laugh about. Train is waiting too long. Yeah, I know that in MMORPGs, that's how people understand that they are actually playing with Russians, because we have this specific way of putting smiles by just leaving the brackets after the word, and that's how foreign people do understand that it's most likely a Russian player over there. So no one's stuck. Why did you complain about train was waiting for so long? What about this section? Can we start working on it? No, we cannot. What about this? Still no. Alright. Yeah, I'm very excited about this area to be almost finished. That means we will soon be able to go and start our refinery. Well, not soon, but relatively soon. I guess it's probably time to start bringing cement. I think it can be stored endlessly, so the sooner we start the better. And to do that we need covered hull. Is that correct? Total capacity. Cement. No, it's not cement. Is it a dumper? Dry bulk tank, that's what it is. $12 tons. I'll go with a couple. 3 actually. And see how we go. How fast they will be able to fill up their storage. See you, Central. thank you for joining us today. Good luck at work. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming for probably another half an hour, and then I will go back and do my thing. The next episode for the series, which will be fully edited episode, will come out on Friday, maybe on Saturday. This is the end of the year and crazy times for me at work, so I will try to make it happen as soon as I can. So if you're watching this on recording, a VOD of the stream, which will come out to the public on Monday. So the next episode, which will be edited episode, will be out on Friday or something like that. Well, that's why I got married and become a housewife. No more suffering at work. Right. Well, to be a housewife is very, very hard. I mean, I don't really like cleaning house, for example. I do like cooking, though. Ambulance not arrived. Why is that? And another fire. Oh my god. This time around in the new area, but I have fire trucks here. Yep. I built a temporarily fire station over here just to keep this area safe from fires, and there we go. I knew sooner or later it will happen. Need assign some task. Okay, let's do that. So you guys go to the customs house and then you go to the cement silo. And we need this cement silo to be loaded at, let's say, 60%. Load, unload. That's better. I've got a gas station here, so this is fine. And once they will fill the cement, we will be able to start producing our own concrete. We don't need much, but it's good to have some of these produced, so that we don't need to run to the customs office and back. And our first broken vehicle, oh look at that, has broken at the intersection with the railroads. God damn. This is almost full, this is almost full. This is done. How about wood? Wood is also done. Sweet. You may return to the depot. And you need to do a few more runs. Okay. Why did ambulance not arrive? Ambulance is right next to this place. It is, if I'm not mistaken, here. And how is this even possible? Hazardous waste, that will be taken care of. Yep. There we go. It happens from time to time. I don't really know why exactly ambulance is not able to arrive on time, and at the same time all of these buildings around the small clinic have access to it by just walking. I guess it's just one of those things which we will never know. Cooking and cleaning is much better than working 8 hours plus cooking and cleaning. Well, yeah, I mean, if you compare to that, I agree 100%. But I guess it depends on the personality, on the character. Some people do like staying at home all the day and do, housework. which is fine with me. But I do like having different things every day, if you know what I mean. Small clinic, actually, to my experience, I normally use small clinics more than hospitals. Like this city here, let me just zoom out a little bit. So this whole city here is roughly what, near 6,000 people. And for this whole area, I have 3 small clinics. One is here and 2 over there. Only 3, and they do just fine. It's just from time to time people complaining that they couldn't get to the doctor, but I mean, I think it's just a random thing. Okay. How we're doing with the storage? Doing slowly but surely. That's all good. Now we need to start building. We need boards. Have we run out of boards? Yes, we have. Okay, that's why. So this guy can buy boards, can it? Yes, it can. Where are the boards? Boards. And unload boards. We'll pause buying coal and gravel for now. And that should do it for now. I was wondering why my construction stalled, but apparently I run out of boards, which were 300 tons. I thought it's going to be enough, but apparently it's not. These 2 storages are almost ready. Everything is fine. We just need to get more resources. What is this guy? Why are you so tired? Look at that. Wear and tear, 84%. Oh my god. This bus has seen a better times, I can tell you that. And now we have epidemic. Impacted by serious infection that could cause severe complications or even death. Alright, that's what we were looking for. I guess my tourist business will stall now. Construction finished. Construction finished here as well. Good. That means this is done and we should be able to... they already picked that up. They're already working on that. Okay. There we go. Let's see if I can assign another couple of roads. There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. So now we can use all 4 track builders to build these areas simultaneously. Do I have a scrapping facility already? No, I don't. I actually haven't used scrapping facility for ages. I think it's just one of those things where at the beginning you may find it very useful because it returns some of the materials from scrapping. Instead of scrapping, I use repair station, and I also have automatic vehicle replacement enabled. So when those criteria are met for the vehicle, system will buy me a new one from the customs and will deliver it to where the previous one lived. Scrapping is a good mechanic. I like the idea of having it. Maybe in the next playthrough I will use it, but not in this city so far. Do we have boards? Now we have boards, which is good. Now these guys should have no issues. Continue building. Yes. And now let's go and start building this. basically whatever we need to enable the city operation. I don't want to touch the footpaths yet, but I will have to sooner or later. Broken vehicle, this is the water cistern, and you guys can wait until unload. Sweet. For now I should have enough water. Yep, there is enough water, which means we can forget about these systems at least for a few minutes. Now, I saw that very tired bus, and this tired bus is from construction office. Is that this one here? 47% wear and tear, 49, 85, yeah, that's the one. So you guys can go away and I can give them a fresh one. Well, relatively fresh one. Brilliant. Alright, let me take a sip of water and then there will be a last push for this stream. Alright. About 20 minutes to go, and this will conclude the stream for today. Now, couple of last touches here. We assigned these buildings to be constructed, which is fine. I've redone the location of the sewage, that's done. I'm just scrolling through the list of things I plan to do this. Rail distribution office, how we're doing here? Doing fine. Let's just build this and that, and then we can start constructing the rail distribution office. Right, everything is moving along a bit slower than I anticipated. Trains are waiting for too long. Yeah, that's because they are waiting for this intersection to be free, right? Yeah, I haven't placed any signals here, so they're a little bit confused. How about we will leave, put it like so, and we'll teleport this guy. And now these two should be able to go to these locations. And here we will place a temporary signal, which I need to remember to change. Like that, and one here, and one here. In this section we need to have one chain signal there, one chain signal, one normal signal here, and more signals in this. Probably chain here and normal like that. And that should do it for now. We will leave this buffer zone for the train to wait. And let's also dedicate this area for the waiting zone. Alright. That should do the trick for these guys. They will still stuck somewhere over here, but we will be dealing with this as the problem occurs. Sweet. What else do we want to do today? We haven't built this tower here, which we will complete later on. I was gonna check if I can decorate this just a little bit at the end of the stream. I have these benches here, which I should be able to just pop in to make this area look like it is a resting area for the workers. So if I just plop a few benches, and we'll change the layout of the zone here, not the layout but the surface, type of surface here, it will be a little bit, it will receive a little bit different look. There we go, there we go. They're not yet connected. The question is, are your cities connected to each other? Not yet. It's good actually that you remind me about it. I was planning to have a bridge over that river, so I will do it in a second. Now, do we want this surface to be a brick surface? I think surfaces are here. Gravel road, gravel square, gravel square. Let me see how it looks. It somewhat fits the color of the industrial or the factory connections. Let me see if I can zone this like that. One, two, three. And then we should be able to put some flower beds. This is a relatively big one. How about small ones? Something like that. Where do we want them to be? So imagine working in this facility, you would probably be going to the fountain during your break, and I think this location might be a good one. The only thing that I need to change is actually the layout of that area here. So if I take that away and do it once again, I should be able to decorate it easily. Hang on. Gravel square, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Now I see what the problem is. There we go. How about now? The long flower bed. That's the one. Yeah, that looks better. 1 and 2. Just a little bit, but it changes the view and the look of this area anyway. I will probably add something else to this area. And before I forget, I need to change, put this square over here as well. The game is really unfriendly when it comes to the decorations. So you need to be very careful what you're doing, and always play with these angles of the camera. Now that should look fine. The bridge. So in this direction, this is where the main, the first city is. So we will probably have a bridge across this river. It's going to be a highway, and I am planning to extend the railroads as well, so that these railroads can go alongside the main highway. Yeah, lights would be nice. I think there are ploppable lights, road lights, and pedestrian walking path lights. So I need to find them in the mod sections. But once those factories will be in operation, I'm pretty sure there will be enough lights coming out of them during the night. Now the bridge around the Lenin Fountain. Yeah, Lenin needs some light, doesn't he? No construction offices has a path to this construction. Why is that? The road is completed. Is that because of the node glitch? Let me see. There we go. Yeah, it was a node glitch. Oh, this is not what we want. We want just a dirt road connection. There we go. So we can start constructing this and that. Let's demolish the concrete footpath and leave just a dirt one. Same goes for here. Otherwise they will be building these small sections forever. What about this area? This area is fine. Okay. Now everyone seems to become very busy, which is good. I don't see any idle vehicles. There are a couple, but these are mostly open hulls and bulldozers, which don't have anything to do with the building construction, which is good. So before we finish, let me just see if I can stretch the bridge across that river section here. We need to have our measurement tool on, and I think I need to wait until the day time. Oh, maybe not. So we've got 16 meters high, and here we have 16 meters high. That should be good enough. Let me see, what bridge do we have? We have a lot of them, but this bridge will be used for cars, right? Brick bridge with trolleys, just a brick bridge. We need something which has very high pillars. Beam bridge. 100 kilometers an hour, walking speed 62, distance between pillars 77 meters. Yeah, I think this one might be the one that we need. Let's see how it looks like. And this looks good. Let me build the second part and see whether it is actually aligned. It is slightly off in terms of height. And there we go, we have now a daytime. They are almost aligned, so I'll need to terraform in and outs a little bit. And the height of the bridge should allow for ships to go under. The height is 16.4 meters. Alright, 16.4. Wish I knew if it's enough for the ship to go under, or it needs to be higher. I think I will need to Google this because I don't even have an access to what's it called, to the dock, to see how tall the vehicle is, how tall the ship is. But answering to the question around the city connection, so yeah, the city will be connected, and the highway will go into the first city as well as the railroad. Railroads will have to be electrified at some point, because currently the maximum speed of the railroad, if we go with early start DLC, it's only 70 kilometers an hour. And if I want these cities to be connected, I will definitely need high-speed connections such as these guys here, 150 kilometers. You don't think it's tall enough? Yeah, I do believe it won't be enough either. So I will need to terraform in this area and this area. All right. Well, I think I will leave this as it is at the moment. Yeah, I saw him doing so, 40 meters high, but it will depend on if I want this river to be eligible for the ships. I mean, this is a connection to the border which I already have, so I don't really need that section of the river. All I need is this section of the river. If I will go with cargo ships, then this is what's going to be used. This is just an appendix, which I think will remain as it is without any river traffic on it. Alright, so this is broken vehicles. Will we need to replace them? We probably will need to replace them. So before I forgot, let me buy a couple of these. We will copy the schedule and I will get rid of these guys. Alright, where was I? I was gonna say that I think this is the end of the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for the comments and likes and stuff. This stream is very unusual type of content that I'm doing, but I enjoy doing streams from time to time. Again, if you're watching in the recording, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoy the content. The next episode will be out end of the next week. For now, guys, I'm wishing you all a nice working week or day ahead of you, depends on the time you're watching this. I appreciate your comments and subs. Thank you. We'll see you soon.